everybody. Um, this is my first time doing a YouTube video, but I have been studying from the book of Jasher, and me and my brother, we talked about this, and he has more understanding of this stuff than I do, so a lot of stuff that I don't understand, I come to him and I ask him about it, and last night when I read it, it just made a whole different connection to me than what I was looking at it from. But I'm gonna show you the Baphomet. Everybody knows what the Baphomet symbol is. It is I don't know if you can see it well, but it is half man, half goat with the female breast, and he has the star on him. You know, he is a Baphomet. So the reason why I'm bringing up Baphomet is because when I was in the book of Jasher in chapter 36, verse 31 through 33, it talks about these creatures that came from the other side of the sea. And it explains their appearance, and it gives the name of some of them, and Google doesn't show much of it. But the first, I'm going to start reading from 31 to 33 so we can have a better understanding of it. And it says, "And afterward, about 120 great and terrible animals came from the wilderness at the other side of the sea. And they all came to a place where the asses were and placed themselves there. Came to a place where the asses were and placed themselves there." Verse 32. "And afterwards, and those animals from their middle downward for the shape of the children of men, and from the middle upward, some had the likeness of bears, and some had the likeness of keepers, with tails behind them from between the shoulders, reaching down to the earth, like the tails of the Duchipa.
Keep in mind that word right there.
And these animals came and mounted and rode upon the asses and led them away, and they went away until this day. And one of those animals approached Anah and smote him with his tail, and then fled from that place." So, if you look into it, it describes their appearance. And some had the likeness of bears, and some had the likeness of keepers. So if you look at, you pull up keepers, I tried to pull it up on etymology, the etymology, online etymology, but it wouldn't pull it up if they didn't have it. They didn't have a.
You know, I didn't think about when she was going through that. We should have looked into the what was it called, the Jewish Encyclopedia and the Catholic Encyclopedia, and even some of the stuff on witchcraft, because I bet you they would have had it. Hold on, let me see.
The side of the sea, and it explains their appearance, and it gives the name of some of them, and Google doesn't show much of it. But the first, I'm going to start reading from 31 to 33 so we can have a better understanding of it.
Hold on.
And it says, "And afterward, about 120 great and terrible animals
There we go, let me see.
came to a place." It pulls up the, I don't know if you can see it, I'm going from my phone.
They got different ones in there.
Half
Centaurs.
goat, half.
She's got her finger on the one that's actually the half goat. See?
God.
Right there?
You see, like,
Right there.
look at that.
And that's what she got when she actually put in the word,
Yeah.
the Lachitas or whatever they're called.
Not bad. Look at that. Like, that reminds me of
But that's a centaur.
goat they all came to a place where the ashes were
Let's see here. Let's see. Come on.
goat thingy, whatever his name was, from the Chronicles of Narnia.
But these are, like she said, these are in the Chronicles of Narnia as well. So it really makes you think of what did C.S. Lewis actually know about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just get on here on YouTube and look up C.S. Lewis. You're gonna find out this guy.
No coincidence that these things came from the other side of the sea. Like, you know, they're not man and woman as what was created in the, you know, the beginning from the Creator. These things, to me, have to be, you know, part of the fallen angels, part of that group that fell from heaven. Those angels that came down here made it with human, and that's why he has the human form and, you know, also an animal form. It said some was the likeness of bears, some was the likeness of keepers. And to me, keeper is the goat thing with the antlers in the front. And to me, I just think that you know, that has a connection with Baphomet because it looks so much alike. They look so much alike, you know, with the horns and, you know, being half goat, half human, except that the legs look different because they have the hind legs of an animal, and I'm not sure what, let me look back, what kind of legs that, well, it doesn't, well, he does. He has the hind legs of an animal, too. So, I mean, when, you know, we see the celebrities and the artists, and, I mean, this symbol alone, right here, Baphomet, it is like everywhere. I mean, they stitch this appearance in clothing. Like the celebrities wear it. We go to Walmart, we buy pillows, and they have the stitching in the pillows. They have the stitching in the clothes. And if you are not like sensitive or know this stuff, then it wouldn't be easy for you to spot out. But you know, once you become aware of this stuff, then you will see it everywhere. And I mean, this is just something that I wanted to point out to you guys.
All right, so let's see here. So after my sister had pointed that out to me, because, you know, she's reading through the book of Jasher, and I thought that was incredible. One of the things you know, we sat down when she actually pulled up the name of I can't even remember how it was pronounced, the Chatitas or whatever they are. And she pulled up and she said they look like part man, part goat. It clicked because when Lex was doing this part of his video here, right? Look at that. Look at that. And look at what's going out of his head. The horns, right? And there's different ones, just like in the Jasher chapter 36 says. But look at the horns going out of their head, right? It's just their image, eating the male. This is why they don't go by the male seed. That's why it's ridiculous that when you want to make a video of that black Hebrew Israelites are not Israel, because the Jewish community today rejects them, right? Because they can't prove that they're Jewish on their mother's side, going back several generations. That those imposters can't even hold a candle to us, because they're not even going by what the scripture, right? The scripture shows, right, that they went by the father's seed. They went by the Y chromosome before we even knew what a Y chromosome was. Jacob begot this one, so-and-so begot this one, so-and-so begot that one. Because the father's seed went through unchanged. And look, you can see there's just the different monsters. Look, that looks like it's got an animal's face. That one looks like it's eating some type of ghost or a serpent, right? With the crown on his head, the horns. And this is, and like when Lex did this, and he mentions these people were shepherds.
And they're stabbing real humans. And they're eating the animals.
Same thing in the book of Jasher,
Raw.
right? Book of Jasher, when he starts
Blood
talking about the
drinking.
things they did to provoke the
Raw.
Creator.
Murderous. Now watch. Here's the next picture. Now look at this. The authority.
Looks like they're pushing him into the
He's
forest.
got the people.
See that? See the trees?
Right?
That
That's a
looks like it's
penis,
pushing him into a forest.
Right?
No, they say a tent, but I think it's a
That's
forest.
a penis. That's not.
Or a grove, right? Isn't all this stuff
They're
always happening in
forcing
groves?
them in there. Look at the rabbit coming out. Why would they draw the rabbit? Rabbits represent what?
So, I mean, you can always go back and watch that, but check this out, right? When you go back to the whole Pan-African, Pan, right? This is the shepherd God. When Lex hit that word, right, and he says that they were shepherd people, right? They were shepherd people, and something infected them. It's all right here. This is why they take those books out of the Bible, so we don't know what happened. And I just want to say a special thank you to all you pastors that wasted everybody's time teaching us lies, not teaching us about the stuff that was taken out so you can get your paycheck. And I just want to say a big thank you, or a sincere thank you to my sister for figuring this out, because she shocked me when she's like, we were talking about the fish DNA and Ariel, and how she's a demon and stuff like that. When you look up the fish DNA that Lex is always talking about with the SL42A5 or something like that, she got brought up, and I remember seeing a drawing of what looked like fish things crawling out of the ocean with one that was in a chariot, and it looked like African brothers and sisters on the shore somewhere, and they're like, looking at them, and there was just drones of these, what looked like the swamp people from those old, Frankenstein and all those things kind of movies. And I thought that was incredible, and I was telling my sister about it, and she told me, wait a minute, what about the book of Jasher with the whole, and it just flipped my lid because I missed it. I read through the book of Jasher twice, and it did not click. So I've been encouraging her, make a video on it. And she finally did, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of her because, she's new to all this, and she's just picked it up. So she's gonna, she uploaded a video. I wasn't able to get a hold of her. She went to bed early tonight, so she's gonna have a YouTube page, and I've just been encouraging her. And please, go with her, to her page, give her a like, or just put a comment. You know what I'm saying? Because she's new to this. She really didn't want to do it, but I've been begging her. She reads really well. I said, just sometimes it's all our people need is somebody that can read documents, read books, read this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So to help out our people. So I have one other thing I'm gonna leave in the description box, and it's just about the other things that are mentioned in the book of Jasher that are out here in the world, and it's just my personal opinion. I feel like all this stuff is coming back, and I feel like I really am trying to find the verse. I'm going through the book of Jeremiah so I can quote it and put it on screen and actually put it in the description box, where he says, when we go to meet him, he will protect us from the evil animals and stuff like that. And I think this is exactly what he's talking about. And this will be the justice left to those, warmongering, Europeans that, just want to war, race wars and all that stuff. This is going to be left for them to defend with. So then the ones that survive that shit, what I'm saying, hopefully it will change their opinion on all of it. Because you're going to be reminded of where you come from. Who's the father of the so-called Caucasian? Anyways, Tim W. Smith, I'm out. And sis, I love you. Great job. Oh, and once again, you need to look at some pictures of our people back in Asia. Because I still think, even with you on camera, my mind was like, you got Asian eyes. Anyways, I'm out.